Night swallows the forest like a living thing. Fog drifts low, catching the flashlight beam in thick, floating bands. You hear branches snap under someone's sprint. Fast, panicked, real.
Perceptive, 17. Messy dark brown hair, brown eyes wide with terror. Runs in a dark hoodie and black jacket, backpack bouncing hard on his shoulders. A small knife hangs at his belt like a useless comfort. His flashlight is strapped to the backpack, but the moment the wrong branch clips his face, his grip breaks. He stumbles, breath burns in his throat. The camera shakes with him, hand held, close enough to see wet fear in his eyes.
Something huge crashes through the trees behind him. Perceptive whips around. Nothing. He turns back too late. His boot catches a root. He falls hard into damp grass, palm slapping the ground.
The flashlight rolls away, tumbling into the dark between ferns. The camera slowly moves toward an old rusty sword lying half buried in grass. Perceptive crawls forward, desperate but curious. Ordinary teenager bravery, not hero training. His fingers reach out. As soon as he touches the blade, everything shifts. Time freezes like the air turns to glass. Rust cracks off in jagged lines. Blue energy seeps across the metal, glowing through the seams. Glowing particles lift from the sword like sparks caught in slow motion. Floating dust swirls around the shape. The sword slowly transforms into a blocky, square geometry fantasy weapon. Blue crystal edges, glowing runes, magical energy humming through it.
The forest shakes. Somewhere between the trees, strange glowing eyes appear. Too many, too still. Perceptive whispers, voice trembling. What is this place?
Cut to black. On-screen text, 12 hours earlier. Morning light should feel safe, but it doesn't here. The same forest looks normal at first. Damp leaves, realistic tree bark, natural shadows, sunbeams cutting through fog like dust in a projector. Perceptive records on his phone as he walks, narrating quietly, trying to make sense of it like any kid would. He checks his GPS. The map freezes. His GPS stops working. The compass spins wildly, needle jittering like it's panicked. His phone battery plummets, 100% to 1% in seconds.
Then, the forest sounds vanish. Birdsong stops mid-note. Wind disappears. Leaves hang motionless. Even the insects feel muted, as if the world got paused. Perceptive swallows. His breath sounds louder than it should.
He keeps moving anyway, stepping carefully over roots, eyes scanning for anything familiar. Near the ground, he spots an old wooden stick. Just wood, just dirt. Totally ordinary. He picks it up. The stick begins glowing from the center outward. Ancient symbols crawl across the surface, appearing as if carved by invisible hands. Wood shifts shape, subtle at first, then dramatic, straightening into a magical tool. It transforms into a torch. The torch lights itself with blue fire that burns cleanly without smoke or soot.
Perceptive drops it immediately, hands flinching backward. The fire keeps burning on the ground, glowing steady in the fog like it's alive. He backs away, eyes wide, scanning the shadows. The silence presses closer.
Perceptive finds a small river where the fog thins a little. Water should be comforting, cool, moving, normal. He kneels, scoops a few drops with his fingers, then stands and scans the bank. There's a stone in the sand, perfectly normal, gray and rough, sitting there like it belongs to the world. He picks it up. The rock vibrates in his hand, buzzing with a strange energy you can almost feel in your teeth. Fine cracks appear and spread like branching lightning under the surface. The shape starts correcting itself, edges smoothing, faces aligning. The stone becomes a magical cube with glowing blue lines winding across its surface. It looks like a blocky artifact snapped into reality.
Perceptive flinches, instinct screaming that this is wrong. He throws the cube toward the water. The cube breaks into several smaller cubes with a bright flicker. Then, the water around him suddenly freezes mid-flow.
Real water, real gravity, and then snap, solid and glassy, like the river forgot how to move. He hears footsteps, soft, careful.
But when he turns, nobody's there. Just fog, just trees, just a frozen river reflecting a sky that feels too quiet. He wanders deeper, searching for an explanation that never comes. Eventually, he finds an old apple tree. The bark looks realistic, weathered, cracked, worn by seasons. The apples are normal in size and color, hanging like they've always been there. One apple falls. Perceptive catches it automatically, reflexive, like catching something ordinary even in impossible circumstances. The second it touches his palms, warm golden light explodes around his hands. Glowing particles swirl upward, forming tiny spark-like motes that drift and fade in the air.
The apple transforms into a glowing golden magical fruit, blocky highlights, radiant energy pulsing as if it's powering itself. Perceptive hesitates, then takes a bite.
Gold energy rushes through him. The change isn't cinematic only, it's bodily. His wounds disappear. His skin looks clean again, like time rewound the damage. His energy returns immediately, shoulders loosening as his breathing steadies. Relief hits hard, until he looks around. The trees aren't all the same anymore. Some of them are perfectly square, branches and trunks turning into blocky geometry, like the forest is being rebuilt by an unseen hand. Perceptive stands frozen under the glow, stunned by the new shape of reality.
Perceptive pushes through thicker fog until he finds an abandoned cabin. The structure is old, real wood, real rust stains, crooked beams that look like they've been weathered for years. Inside, shadows pool between furniture silhouettes, a chair, a table, dust on everything.
In the corner sits an old wooden chest. It looks normal, locked and worn, like it belongs in a forgotten attic. Perceptive opens it. Empty, just dust, just darkness inside. He closes it, confused. A strange sound clicks in the cabin, like something rearranged itself when he wasn't looking. He opens it again. This time, a glowing green crystal sits inside, pulsing faintly. The crystal is beautiful but wrong, like the light has edges. Perceptive reaches for it.
As soon as his fingers touch the crystal, magical energy floods the cabin. The cabin shakes. Loose dust lifts into the air in floating clouds. Furniture begins to vanish from the room as if it's being erased and replaced. Walls become strange cubes, flat planes snapping into place. The space turns blocky, geometry aligning with blue-green light.
The crystal projects a map into the air, holographic lines forming a route through the forest. The map shows a giant portal hidden deep inside. Before he can process it fully, 3 knocks sound on the cabin door. Silence. 3 knocks again. Perceptive opens the door. No one is there, but muddy footprints trail into the forest like someone walked out and kept going, toward whatever waits beyond. The footprints lead Perceptive to a spot where the ground looks disturbed. There's an old rusty pickaxe half buried underground. Real metal, real rust, nothing magical, at first glance. Perceptive pulls it free. Lightning cracks overhead. A sharp blue-white strike that illuminates the fog in harsh slices. The pickaxe begins transforming the second it's fully in his hands. Rust disappears in streaks of glowing particles. The metal remakes itself into a crystal mining tool. Blue edges, square geometry, magical energy sparking along the handle. Perceptive swings at a rock. The rock doesn't break. Instead, the entire cliff separates into giant cubes, like reality has been segmented into a grid. Block pieces slide apart, revealing inside one cube a glowing artifact. A strange black cube sits there too. too dark to reflect light properly.
Perceptive touches it. Dark energy explodes outward like ink spilled into the air. The sky turns purple. Floating islands appear above the forest, their shapes hovering unrealistically in thick fog.
Perceptive staggers back, mouth open, trying to breathe in a world that's changing its rules.
Night returns like the forest can't wait. The trees are different now, some shifting subtly into block formations even before you notice it. Floating lights drift between trunks. Shadow creatures watch from places your eyes can't fully focus on. Never fully visible, only glowing eyes, breathing sounds, and silhouettes moving just out of frame.
Perceptive finds an abandoned backpack on the ground. It looks familiar. Same style, same worn straps. His stomach tightens. He opens it. Inside are his things. His own passport, his own flashlight, his own jacket, even a photograph of himself, perceptive at a similar angle, captured in a moment he doesn't remember.
On the back of the photo, in dark handwriting, "Don't take the last item." Perceptive's skin goes cold. He slowly looks around, flashlight shaking in his hand. The fog thickens, as if it's listening. Somebody, something is watching him, not stepping forward, not moving closer, just waiting for him to make the wrong choice. Perceptive reaches the center of the forest. A giant glowing portal stands between ancient trees, radiating blue-white light. Floating rocks orbit it at a distance that makes your eyes strain. The air hums like electricity held in place.
At the portal's edge lies one final object, an old, rusty sword. The sword looks exactly like it did at the beginning. Normal, buried in grass, harmless at first glance. Perceptive steps closer anyway.
A dark silhouette appears in front of the portal. The figure's posture feels heavy, like it's weighed down by a promise. It speaks. If you take it, you become part of the forest.
Perceptive pulls back slightly. The hooded figure removes its hood. It's him. The future version of Perceptive. Older. Scarred. Trapped in the lines of a nightmare he hasn't lived yet. Same eyes. Same face. Different damage.
The future Perceptive says, voice urgent and broken, "I failed. Run." Before Perceptive can respond, shadow creatures surge out, glowing eyes multiplying, silhouettes lunging through fog. The forest turns hostile. Every breath sounds like a countdown. Perceptive doesn't have a choice. He grabs the rusty sword. Blue energy erupts across the blade. Instantly, magical particles exploding outward like fireworks in slow motion. Rust cracks away. The sword transforms again into the legendary glowing crystal-blocky fantasy weapon, edges aligning into perfect square geometry. Magic spreads through the forest. Trees stiffen into cubes. The ground vibrates. The purple sky above flickers as the portal responds. The shadow creatures stop moving. For one terrifying moment, everything becomes silent. No breathing, no ice shifting, no footsteps. Then a voice comes from the portal, calm but final. You found the first artifact. 7 remain. Perceptive's hands tremble around the sword. Relief and dread collide in his chest. He can't stay long. He knows that in his bones. Perceptive walks toward the portal, slow but steady, like he's trying to control his fear with footsteps. He turns back to the camera, like the world might be listening through the lens. If I don't come back, don't follow me. He steps inside. The portal swallows his silhouette with a bright, square-edged glow, magic collapsing inward like a closing eye. The portal shuts. Black screen. On-screen text. Kryvora Worlds. To be continued. Morning returns in the forest. Different lighting, cleaner air. Everything looks normal again, like the forest is resetting for the next person. A different teenager enters the trees, unaware, walking carefully over grass.
He notices something in the ground, an old rusty sword. He bends down to pick it up. The blade sits perfectly still, ordinary in every way. But you already know what happens next. Cut to black.